He's got it, wants to throw. Wentz looks, pressure comes. Wentz hit, sack, back inside the 20. Aiden Hutchinson, that's number 2.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Big D Pod this week for another episode all about Detroit sports. I'm not talking to Ben this week because of the pick he made last week, so we're just going to go right into talking about the Pistons because we're not talking to Ben this week. However, I think I'd rather talk to him than talk about the Pistons, so I guess I'm going to have to talk to him eventually. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
I'm going to mute him. I'm going to edit this video and mute him the whole episode.
The reason we did not have a podcast on Tuesday was because Caleb was not talking to me because of my Packers pick last week. Definitely wasn't because it's finals week and there's someone busy this week. So it's a very struggle time to get in these podcasts right now with this going on. But yeah, take us into the Pistons, man. Take us in.
First, we're going to NFL Pick'ems, then we'll jump into the Pistons.
Welcome back to Week 14 NFL Pick'ems. Currently, the record stands at 53-34 for Caleb, 52-35 for Ben. I came back 1 point in the record sheet last week. We're coming back. We're making the comeback. It's all because of that Packers pick. Let me tell you. Detroit Lions fan at heart, but every once in a while, you got to go with the winning team so that you can win pick'ems. Let me tell you. How do you feel about this, Caleb? All right, going on to the first game of the slate this week, Thursday Night Football. We have the Patriots versus the Steelers. The most atrocious game of the season.
This is the lowest point total by two teams since 2005. And we're recording this mid-game, and they already hit the over. So
yeah, I saw in like 1970s, but I don't know exactly what it was. This was
I saw it in a total point total since 2005. And maybe there's some other criteria there, but yep, I have the Steelers at home today. I know it's Mitch Trubisky, but they got good luck charm because Trace McSorley throw it on a dime. He's not going to play though, but I'm still taking the Steelers even though they're losing right now.
Yeah, no, I had the Patriots in this game. I had it written down before the game started.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm faking. I had the Steelers the entire time. Nah, Patriots.
You could have wrote that down anytime.
That's true. That is.
Sorry, I'm still very salty towards you.
He's salty because of the Packers pick. But I got the Patriots in this game. I have no trust in Mitch Trubisky.
You're going to lose.
Now, if Trace McSorley was starting, then I'd probably take the Steelers in this game. But since it was Mitch Trubisky, I had to take the Patriots, and Bailey's happy. That is the most wild thing I think I've ever said in my life. But it's happening. But moving on.
I feel like Trace McSorley could be like the next Josh Dobbs.
No, I'm sorry,
okay.
but no.
All right.
Moving on to this.
What else do they have to lose?
That is true. They got nothing else to lose. The Steelers fans at one point were chanting for Mason Rudolph to come in the game.
That's a low bar.
They were chanting Mason Rudolph. They wanted to bench Trubisky already.
Should have put Mike Tomlin at QB.
Should have put Jalen Warren at QB.
Just run Wildcat with him and Najee. Actually, that could be kind of fire.
That could be kind of good. But moving on to the Sunday slate, we got the Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears.
No surprise here. We're taking the Detroit Lions. I shouldn't say we because you do make some out-of-pocket un-Detroit Lions-esque picks. I'm taking the Lions this week because I'm a diehard fan. I don't care. They could be playing the 2015 Panthers or I don't know why that's the team I picked, but they could be playing Legion of Boom and I'd still pick the Lions because that's who I am. I'm a fan at heart, loyal, unlike my co-host.
I'm a loyal Detroit Lions fan. I am taking the Detroit Lions this week. I will never sway away from picking the Detroit Lions. It could
Sure.
be our
We never know.
0-16 season, and I would still pick the Detroit Lions. So, got the Detroit Lions this week against the Chicago Bears, even though it was kind of a rough game the last time we played them. But moving on from that, we have the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints.
Speaking of picking teams that are 0-16, Panthers are pretty close, and guess what? I'm doing it again. I don't think the Saints are that good, even though they almost just beat the Lions, bro. Panthers are going to have a bounce back week, like every week. They should. I don't really have much explanation other than the fact that Panthers are on my team, bro. Besides the Lions, Panthers are on my team. I'm going to pick them every time. Give me the Panthers.
Yeah, I got the Panthers this week too.
Lock
it's
it
bounce
in.
Back week. Tell me why I pick the Panthers every week. It's worked one time, and it's not even like they're tanking for a draft pick because the Chicago Bears right now have their draft pick. They're tanking for literally bag of rocks right now. So, but yeah,
DJ Moore's got a bag of rocks.
What? But
that's who they got for the first pick.
They did not get DJ Moore.
Oh, true.
The Bears have DJ Moore.
Yeah. What a terrible trade.
Yeah, they gave the first overall pick in DJ Moore to the Chicago Bears for who? I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's an awful pick. Yeah, that's really bad. I don't like that. Yeah, that makes me sad.
Moving on to the next game, we got the Rams at the Baltimore Ravens.
I picked the Rams 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to sway away. I'm picking the Ravens this week. I just think that the Ravens are ready to take that next step, and I'm scared it's going to happen against the Rams this week, but I'm going to take the Ravens.
Interesting. Well, I've taken the Rams the last 2 weeks too, and we're going to make it 3 in a row. I think the Rams are taking the leap. I really do. I think they're going back to their Super Bowl season. I think they got the offense for it. I think they got the offense of what? Okay, maybe not to their Super Bowl season. They're not going to be that good. But they're starting to get back into the form of what they were looking towards in that Super Bowl season. The defense isn't as dominant, but the offense is looking really, really good again with Puka, Tutu, Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams is back. Matthew Stafford's playing better than he was at the beginning of the season and last year. So, yeah, give me the Rams taking over
like that pick.
Baltimore this weekend. But moving on, we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Cincinnati Bengals.
I am a big non-believer in the Colts and what they're doing, and I think Jake Browning's going to kind of close the door on their season this week. And make them realize, this isn't that good of a team. We're in a bad division, and they're not that good. Give me the Bengals this week and Jake Browning going crazy again. Yeah, he's the next Josh Dobbs.
I have the Cincinnati Bengals this week, too. Jake Browning looking like the GOAT out there, looking like an MVP caliber.
Bro missed 5 passes last week.
Bro had a perfect passer rating, missing 5 passes. Looked insane, was putting balls onto the bucket for their receivers. Looked insane out there. Jamar Chase going to have another good week. I'm calling it right now. I said this one podcast, we're saying it again. T. Higgins is going to have an amazing week once again. He could be injured for all I know right now. I don't pay attention.
Will he lay the hammer?
But T. Higgins will lay the hammer once again this week. So I got the Bengals in this game. Moving on to the next game. Interesting matchup. We got the Jags versus the Browns.
Jags have been hot. Browns have been not. Bounce back week in Cleveland. Give me the Browns. This defense is too good.
Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. But I got the Jags this week. I do. I think the Jags have been hot. I think they're starting to look much better than they were midseason. I got the Jags this week. I really do. I think they're turning
That's a
that
good pick.
team around. T-Law looking. Oh, wait. T-Law might be injured.
Too mad. Already made the pick.
Can I revert?
Nope.
All right. Well, I
already
got the
made
Jags
the
this
pick.
week, even though they might not have T-Law. Forgot about that one as soon as I said it, but it's fine. I still got the Jags this week. Travis Etienne about to have 200 rushing yards if they don't have T-Law.
Against the best defense in the league.
Yep. Moving on, we have the Bucks at the Atlanta Falcons.
He came back he practiced today.
Oh, did he? Thank God.
Yeah, I think so.
That makes my pick feel so much better.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to play, though.
All right. But Bucks Falcons, in this game, I have the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think the Bucks defense is that good. They were much better at the beginning of the season. I think the only thing going for this team right now is Mike Evans, who has posted 1,000 receiving yards in every single season of his career, making it 10 now, which I took the freest line ever. Prize Picks had his line at 920 receiving yards for this season. I think it's because Baker Mayfield was his quarterback and Chris Godwin.
It was.
I went over. Dude, that thing already hit. Like, everything else in it isn't hitting. Everything else in that parlay isn't hitting. But let me tell you, Mike Evans skyrocketing it. But I got the Falcons this week. Bijan's looking good. They're looking
better.
They're looking better,
though. They're looking like they're getting better coached recently.
Yes, 100%. They're actually
and for that reason,
weapons.
I'm also taking the Falcons. Mostly because one of my rules is I'm not picking the Bucks anymore, so I can't. And the Falcons have been looking good. They have a really, really talented roster. Just got to put it all together, man. This could be a wild card team for sure.
I forgot that one of your rules was never taking the Bucks again. Forgot that was a rule of yours.
4 rules. Yep. Adhered to 3 of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, I adhere to the 4th.
We have the Texans at the Jets.
For this game, I have the Texans. Zach Wilson is coming back this week, if you didn't know. Even though last week he pretty much said he didn't want to play. So, I don't know. This team is just, I don't know what they're doing. They're just holding out for Aaron Rodgers, trying to maintain till then. And I also heard that Rodgers was coming back mid-December. That would be next week. So, this might be the last week without Rodgers. If it is, that would be absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Texans this week. I think they have a good week. I know Tank Dell just suffered a season-ending injury, but they got enough weapons there. Nico Collins can go crazy. I think that they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I also took the Texans this week. I don't know what's going on with this Jets team. They're starting Zach Wilson again, even though he literally said what you said it was. He didn't want to play.
Doesn't even want to play.
So I don't know what's going on with this team. I did hear something that said that if the Jets are not in the playoff race, Aaron Rodgers will not be coming back this season. I did see that.
Well, yeah. Why would he? It's just a waste.
Yeah, exactly. But I got the Texans, even though Tank Dell did go down with an injury, which really sucks because Tank Dell was having an incredible season.
Year.
Like, probably would be offensive rookie of the year if it wasn't for CJ Stroud. I really do think monster year from Tank Dell, which is insane to think about because during the draft, CJ Stroud literally told the Texans that he wanted Tank Dell with him. And if a quarterback gets a receiver he wants, it works out.
Oh, yeah. Jamar and Joe, like, come on.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I got the Texans this game, too. I got Nico Collins on my fantasy football team, so hopefully he has a big week. Definitely with Tank Dell out, so we'll see how it goes. Already clinched the playoff spot in my one league, so we're doing fine there. But, yeah, I'm in last place in the other one. Moving on,
You didn't
though.
have to say that.
We have Seattle versus the 49ers.
So, if I'm being honest at this point in the season, it doesn't really matter who the 49ers are playing. I'm going to take them because they just look like the best team in the NFL right now. And it's like not even close. Like it's just on another level. Like they were teetering on like the A tier, S tier mark. They're fully on S. Like and no one else is there. Like Cowboys no, Chiefs no, Lions no. I mean they're not there yet. Like this team is like almost perfect in every aspect of the game. Like it's wild. I'm taking the 49ers. Till they lose.
I got the 49ers in this game too. I'm taking them until they lose. They do look like the all-around best team. Like Deebo Samuel. Yes, he only had like 4 receptions, but my man, since last year's playoff game, said that if they had Brock Purdy, they would have beat the Eagles by multiple scores.
Mm-hmm.
They get the rematch. They beat them by multiple scores. And
Murdered
Deebo
them.
Samuel literally has been trash talking the Eagles corners this entire time. Has just been trash talking everybody on the Eagles team, saying he's better, blah blah blah. He proved it. What 4 receptions, 80 yards and 140 yards and 3 tuds? Like
Insane.
You can't back up trash talk like that, and that's why I'm riding with the 49ers because that football team's insane. I really do see this team most likely making it going all the way this year.
I think so too.
I really don't know who's going to stop them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
No one in the AFC.
I don't think a single team in the AFC could stop like the top 3 teams in the NFC right now.
If you look at the AFC right now, it's bad. Like it's really bad.
If you look at the AFC compared to the NFC, it is atrocious. Like the NFC is so much better. You got the Niners, you got the Eagles, you got the Cowboys, you got the Lions, which is wild to say in the NFC this year. And what you got the Ravens and the Chiefs,
Ravens and Chiefs,
who have been like in my opinion. Like the Bengals, no. The Bills, no. Like you got teams that were good last year. Dolphins are scary.
But they only beat bad teams.
They do.
We know this.
So, yeah.
But Tyreek is like on another level right now.
Yeah, Tyreek MVP.
I've never seen a wide receiver just single-handedly carry since like Calvin.
I think Tyreek Hill should win the MVP this year. He is the most valuable player.
If he goes over 2,000, he should.
Yeah, 100%. Even though it's a quarterback award, and they're probably going to give it to a quarterback, just like the Heisman's a quarterback award. But yeah. But
the Jags, like Trevor Lawrence hurt. Like you never know. Like the AFC's fully open.
The AFC's fully open right now. But moving on, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Raiders.
So this is just a yucky game. Like this is just gross. Like the Vikings don't look good. The Raiders don't look good. You have these, I'm going to say it, 2 of the 3 best wide receivers in the league on 2 of the worst teams. Like most like not their teams right now. Like just on the downhill. The Vikings just got killed. Josh Dobbs looked horrible in that game. The Raiders just haven't been putting it together. I know Josh Jacobs had an insane week last week, but offensively, besides that, there's nothing really going for him. But I'm going to pick against the Lions rival here, and I'm going to pick the Raiders.
Okay. I'm actually picking the Minnesota Vikings this week.
Of course you would.
Yeah, I know. This Lions rival thing doesn't affect my picks. I'm sorry. But I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson comeback game. I really do think this offense is going to improve a lot. I don't know how this defense is going to do, though. But I think Josh Dobbs had a down week last week, and I think he'll play better this week. I really hope he plays better this week because I love watching Josh Dobbs ball out. I don't know why, but it's sweet seeing. I loved it more on Arizona than I do now because he's a Minnesota Viking. But I don't know. Watching this team, I really do think the Vikings will win this week. I think they have a bounce back week against the Raiders. And so that's what I am taking. But next game, moving on. I think this is going to turn out to be a pretty good matchup. We got the Bills at the Chiefs.
This one was a tough one for me too. Just because I don't know, both these teams are in weird spots right now. Like the Chiefs are going to look at this and say, okay, we're going to take off. Like we're going to take the AFC now. Like it's ours to lose at this point. I think the Bills know that. And it's up to the Bills to kind of stop it from happening. And we know Josh Allen plays very, 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 very well against Patrick Mahomes. Every time, man. And he's got to get the benefit of the doubt one time. And I do think it's this week. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, no, I got the Buffalo Bills too this week. I really do think that Josh Allen plays really well against this Chiefs team. They've seen each other a lot in recent years. As long as this game doesn't go to overtime, I have Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen
you're gonna protect your
overtime game. Josh Allen has to win an overtime game at some point. But if this game goes to overtime, let me tell you, I ain't riding with Josh Allen. I ain't riding a single
Bro's
overtime
putting a
game
protection on his
Allen.
Pick.
Yeah, I'm protected play
That's
right
funny.
here. If it goes to overtime, I'm taking the Chiefs. But if it doesn't, I got the Bills. But yeah, no, I got the Bills this week. We both know what these teams are capable of, like you were saying. And I don't think the Chiefs are playing up to the standards they have been previous years. I really don't think this team is that good, which is wild to say, knowing the Chiefs like the last couple of years and knowing their record right now. I don't think this team is that good. But the
Taylor
AFC
Swift,
is wide open.
Taylor Swift isn't dating the tight end with the most touchdowns anymore.
Nope.
Sad.
Because you know who this tight end with the most touchdowns this year is right now?
She ain't dating Sam Laporta.
Thank God. That'd be 2 L's for Sam Laporta right there.
What if she was just a tight end girl and just like was like just gonna bandwagon tight ends?
So and she's gonna go to like George Kittle next,
Sneaky
and then
links.
Sam Laporta. Yeah.
Sneaky links.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
but
really.
Moving on from that game, we have the Broncos at the Chargers. Interesting matchup here.
I still am not. Really, I'm still not. Sorry, dude. It's the exam week. I'm exhausted. Broncos Chargers. Lock it in. I'm not still convinced that this Broncos team is good. I'm still convinced the Chargers are really good. Somehow. Dude, like, it's every week, Justin Herbert. I feel so bad for the guy. I'm trying to, like, he's like the Damian Lillard of football. Like, that's the best comparison I can think of.
That's
or like
one of the best
the Mike Trout of football. Like, I think that's what it is.
The Mike Trout of football.
It's that, like, comparison. And the Angels are going to win the World Series, so I'm picking the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers in this game.
I have the Broncos in this game. I don't think the Chargers wide receiver core is good enough to go against this Broncos DBs. And, like, Justin Herbert does everything he can. If Justin Herbert, I swear to God, was on any other offense, and that's including, like, the Carolina and the Patriots offense of the world, they'd at least catch Patriots one or two. Okay, maybe not Patriots. But Justin Herbert is throwing these balls perfectly, and his receivers are just dropping them in key moments of the game. And it's just Facts. Justin Herbert is trying to put this team on his back. He just can't. I really do think the comparison to him is the Mike Trout of baseball. So I got the Broncos in this game. I think they're looking better. I don't think the Broncos team is like as good as what I thought they were like trending to be. But I think they're still a getting to a good standard of a team. I think they're finding their way. But so I got the Broncos in this game.
An interesting component to this game is, do you know what the Broncos are ranked in defensively in yards given up per game? 31st. Do you know what the Chargers are?
What? 32nd?
29th.
Oh.
It's going to be a bloodbath. We'll see.
It's going to be bloodbath. It's going to be the lowest scoring game of the week again. It's about to be another 6-0 football game.
Yeah, I can't believe the Chargers did that last week. That's wild.
I can't believe the Chargers didn't score a touchdown last week. That was insane to me. This Chargers offense needs to get back to what it was.
Figure it out. Yeah.
But moving on, another really, really good game this week. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowgirls.
This one's also hard for me. Like these, there's some good games this week. There really are. Whether they're good games or just good matchups, there are a lot of those this week. I am going to take the Cowgirls at home this week. I think the Niners and the Cowboys defense is very comparable. And we saw what they did last week to the Eagles, man. They just dismembered them. And I think if the Cowboys do anything like they saw on film, they're going to take this game. I think that the Niners exploited some Eagles' weaknesses, and I think the Cowboys can take advantage. This is Sunday Night Football, I believe, too. So,
yes, it is.
Okay.
So, from what I saw, it is Sunday Night Football. And I also have the Cowboys in this game. I really do think the Cowboys and 49ers defense is very comparable, like you were saying. And I just don't think the Eagles are that good of a football team. Their record shows that they have the best record in the NFL, but I'm sorry, this Eagles team is not that good. Their point margin is I don't even know what their point margin is anymore. But it's just, I swear to God,
it ain't what the Cowboys is, I'll tell you that much.
No. I swear to God, every single time I watch this Eagles team, the refs are wearing green jerseys. Because, my God, I swear the Eagles, get the most benefited calls from refs so far this season. I wish there was a stat for that. Of what team has the most beneficial calls from refs this season, because I swear to God the Eagles be on top by 20. I don't know what it is.
I wonder when Deron Bland's going to get his pick six this game and who it's going to be against. I've been trying to think about that. I think he just undercuts AJ Brown on a little out route, and
I thought
gone.
That Deron Bland got injured. Am I wrong about that?
Dude, maybe he did, but he's gonna come out and play.
Maybe he did not get injured. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I was wrong about that. When I looked this up, it said Kodak Black got arrested, though. So I don't know when I look up Deron Bland injury that Kodak Black is getting arrested, but whatever.
Coincidence?
But, I think not. So yeah, I got the Cowboys in this game too. So, yep. Moving on, we have the Packers at the New York Giants.
Taking the Giants for obvious reasons. I hate the Packers. Give me the Giants. Tommy DeVito.
You got the Italian man. The Italian man. Yeah, well, I got the Packers in this game for a second week in a row. They didn't let me down last week. They actually gave me a point last week in the standings, and I hate to say it, I got the Packers against the Giants. I need to do something because there will be a punishment. We are going to think of something made for the loser of Pick'ems. Caleb might cancel the podcast again on Tuesday because of this, but it is fine. He is blocking his camera currently because of this pick. But I got the Packers in this game, beating the Giants. I have to do something. I have to come back in the standings. We got to do something here, guys. I hate to say it as a Lions fan, but I'm taking the Packers. You got to do what you think is going to happen. I really do think that Jordan
How do you
Love,
sleep at night?
I don't.
How do you sleep at night knowing you're dreaming about Jordan Love throwing an absolute dot to Romeo Dobbs in the end zone just so you can take your dirty win? How does that make you feel?
All right, but moving on, we have the Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins.
Is this actually a game that's on Monday Night Football? Because this shouldn't be.
Both the Packers and Giants and Tennessee versus Dolphins are Monday night.
Yeah. Why are we even talking about this game? Like the Dolphins
I don't
might
know.
win by 150.
Yeah, no, the Dolphins. You remember that Broncos game earlier this
year? Tyreek might break the record this week.
You remember that that Dolphins Broncos game earlier this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen this game. I got the Dolphins by 1,000,000 this game. I don't see anything
I
different.
wonder what the Titans are ranked in defense.
You got the Dolphins too, I presume.
Okay, they're 17th.
That's not as bad as I thought.
That's pretty good.
But we both got the Dolphins this week, I presume. I don't see how it could go differently. I really do.
I can't believe you didn't take
win,
your team, the Giants.
I know. I really regret it right
you
now.
You deserve to lose this one more than last week.
I do deserve to lose this one because I take the Giants every single weekend. For some reason, when they play the Packers, I take the Packers.
I'm gonna be cheering for the Giants more this week than any other team besides the Lions.
But that is NFL Pick'ems this week, week 14. We will see you guys next week for standings update and week 15. Back to the podcast.
All right. That is going to be it for Pick'ems this week. Let's jump right into the Detroit Pistons, Ben. 18 straight losses at this point. I don't really think we understand how long that is. Could you imagine an MLB team plays 6 days a week, usually? That's 3 weeks in a row of losing straight games in MLB. But also, it's twice the length of the season. So you could almost think about an MLB team losing for 6 straight weeks.
We have more losses. The Pistons have more losses straight right now than the Lions could get in a single year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things you could do with this 18. I think Josh Giddey needs to learn those. Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Facts podcast.
The Pistons are now 2-19. They have the worst record in the NBA. There's just nothing else to say about it, man. We're just gonna go into some few good things. Maybe sort of. Oscar Thompson's leading rookies in rebounds per game. That's the only good thing I got. Nah, for real though. Bojan Bogdanovic came back in the last 2 games. He's averaging 22 with 50% field goal percentage, almost shooting 40% from deep, 3 rebounds a game, 4.5 assists. We do need a little bit of a scorer on the team, and this 35-year-old man's going to have to be it. That's where we're at.
No, we forgot one thing.
Yeah.
That Desmond Bain just dropped 49 points on us. 49. Desmond Bain. The Grizzlies who had 5 wins. Desmond Bain.
The Ja Morantless
49. Please just take us right into the Red Wings, because at least it's one good team, even though we saw an atrocious loss tonight. That made me very depressed before we started.
We did unfortunately watch the Red Wings lose tonight. The night of this recording. the bad part is I had some stats dialed up before the game, and then we're like, let's just record after. So we watched the game. The Sharks and Red Wings ended up scoring the most goals in, I can't remember how long of a period it was. It might have just been one period this season, and 8 goals. That was unreal. But it was also all with like 13 minutes left too. So crazy. However, they did end up losing that game in overtime. Few good things to talk about here in a second about that game. But just some stats real quick. Red Wings have won the last 6 of 8. It was 6 of 7. 6 of 8. That's still the best in the NHL over the last 8 games. They've won by a margin of 35-20. That's an average score of 4.4 to 2.5. In that span, so these are before tonight's game, we are second in goals and third in goals against. So good goalie play, good defenseman, and great offense, second in goals. Only behind, guess what team?
The Rangers.
Nope.
Bruins.
Offensive powerhouse. 2 of the best offensive players in the league on the same team.
Devils.
Nope. Oilers. Edmonton.
I was gonna say the Red Wings. We got Patrick Kane, DeBrincat, Larkin, and Raymond all. That's the best.
We're second.
4.
We're second. No. Oilers, who score probably 75 goals a game, but also give up like 80. So we're second behind them. Individuals this season, though. See, I'm pulling these stats out of these rankings, and it's not for a bad reason, right? Our top point scorer this year is Dylan Larkin. He is 34th in the league, which is pretty bad considering he's our best player, and that's where we're at, right? We should be like sub 20, right? DeBrincat's 38th, and Raymond is 72nd. There's Gossa Spears down there too, and I think someone else is down there too, but I can't remember who it was. Maybe Comfort's down there. But anyways, I'm saying this to prove why I love this team so much. It's so like not star based and so balanced, especially between lines. Like some teams get like anxious when like their third and second and fourth lines are in and stuff. I don't at all. Like, of course, I love seeing DeBrincat and Raymond and Larkin and stuff out there, but like, I'm okay if Comfort and Valeno and stuff come in once in a while, and now Patrick Kane. Like, that's pretty sick, and I'm okay with seeing that. They play hard, they play well, and they're very efficient. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't get worried about this team at all when our later lines come in. And watching the game tonight, yes, we gave up 5 goals. Yes, we gave up 4 goals in the matter of like 6 minutes right after we scored 4 goals in the matter of 5 minutes in the second period. I was watching this game. I watched us score 3 goals in the matter of a minute. I went downstairs, stopped watching the game for like 2 minutes, came back upstairs. The score was 4-3, and I just watched, and I'm like, so I go look at the box score. We
2
gave up
PK goals.
2 shorthanded goals.
Yeah.
Which the third one I'm going to count as a shorthanded too, because it was kind of shorthanded, because literally the timer just ran out, and then they scored like 2 seconds later. It was already in the Red Wings zone when the time.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Shark zone when the time ran out. So yeah, we gave up 3 shorthanded tonight, which is not good. And then we gave up a goal when the Sharks had their goalie pulled off the ice, which we should have scored an empty netter, but somehow missed it. It was tough, though. He had a defender on his back. Fabry did. But no, I don't worry about this team at all. We've won 6 out of the last 8. This is, in my opinion, this team is going to be the closest team to making a deep playoff push. I don't think the Lions are there yet for a deep playoff push. So I think the Red Wings are the team that we're going to see in Detroit possibly make a deep playoff push this year. I don't know. The Red Wings, I mean, the Lions could turn around and we could see it from them, but who knows? I really don't think it will happen this season.
I do agree. especially if we figure out our goalie situation, which I thought we did. I thought Lyon was that guy. Maybe he just gets the night off tonight. But we did see Husso in goal again tonight, and not great.
No, he gives
not
up
great at all.
Husso,
6 goals given up, not good.
Husso has given up 3+ goals, 14 straight games at home, which is the most as a Red Wing. So we got to figure out something there.
Yeah, we also have 2 other guys that can run in there. So, like, it's almost like a good problem to have that, obviously. But we'd like to see him step it up, like, right? Like, we need him as an asset, I feel like. And he also needs to know, like, dude, I got 2 guys behind me who are better. Honestly, both of them are. At this point in the season, I can see it. Both of them are better.
I know Lyon has his stat, like he hasn't played as many games, so his stats are inflated, but still, he posted a shutout and has just been playing really, really well. So
yeah,
but
agreed.
All right, we are back. Sorry for the weird transition. This is going to be my AirPods died in the middle of this recording, so I could not hear Caleb. You know, lack on my part.
Curse.
It's the Packers curse 100%. We're in shambles. It's 11 at night. Finals week for him. I wake up at 4 a.m. every day for work. I'm so tired. We're getting this. We're getting this for you guys.
We're getting through it.
But
all right, Motown Madness Player of the Week. It is your week to pick. Ben G. Who do you got for me? I think in my head you got about 3 options. But who do you pick?
There was one clear option for me this week. He broke records on the field. I took Sam Laporta. He had 9 receptions, 140 yards, and a touchdown. He broke the Lions franchise record for most receiving yards in a tight end. Most receiving yards in a tight end.
Pause.
Most receiving yards by a rookie tight end in a game. Yeah, quick pause. So yeah, he had a really good week. And just speaking on Sam Laporta's season he's having right now, some of the records that he could break so far this season or has already broken. So I'll go into the records he's already broken so far. He's already broken the Lions receiving yard record by rookie tight end. He's also broken the Lions reception record by a rookie tight end. Moving on to some of the records he could break. So some of the franchise record he could break. Laporta is 3 touchdowns away from breaking Roy Williams' franchise record for receiving touchdowns. Laporta's at 6. Roy Williams has 8.
As a rookie or as
rookie? Rookie. Sorry.
Okay.
Rookie. Thought I had that in there. My bad.
No, you're good. I just want to make sure.
27 receptions away from breaking Lions' rookie reception record. Currently held
by
the Sun God with 90. Lastly, in the franchise department, Laporta is 242 yards away from breaking Amon-Ra St. Brown's record. Amon-Ra St. Brown's receiving yard franchise rookie record at 921 yards. And he's on pace to do all that right now. So
he is.
Moving on to some of the NFL rookie records he could break. Sam Laporta is now 397 yards away from breaking the rookie receiving yard record held currently by Mike Ditka. That's for tight ends. Sorry. By tight ends.
Got to make sure you say that right or we'll make it demonetized.
Mike Ditka. He is also 18 receptions away from breaking Keith Jackson's rookie record by tight end. Most receptions in a rookie season. He's on pace to do that. He is like 20 yards short of being on pace to do Mike Ditka's receiving yard record. And then lastly...
Who is Keith Jackson?
Man, I got no idea. Couldn't even tell you.
That sounds like a failed country music singer.
On God. And lastly, in the NFL rookie record he could be is currently Sam Laporta is 7 touchdowns away from breaking Mike Ditka's rookie touchdown record by a tight end, which is currently held at 12. Laporta is at 6 right now. He's on pace for 10, I believe. So he's too short of the pace he's going on right now. But the way he's been playing, I could easily see him having a breakout, like 2-3 touchdown game here coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know. So yeah, that's my Motown Madness Player of the Week. Sam Laporta's one incredible season so far. Honestly, steal of the draft, one of the steals of the draft in my opinion. And I don't know why people didn't have this tight end higher on the draft board. They had what is the tight end's name out of Notre Dame?
Kincaid?
No. Drafted this year. Starts with an M. Michael Mayer.
Michael Mayer, that's right.
They had Michael Mayer rated higher. And I don't know how you can have a tight end out of Notre Dame rated higher than a tight end out of Iowa, because we all know about Iowa tight ends.
Lock it in.
But yeah, that's.
Hey, you want to just talk about Iowa real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about Iowa real quick. Let me tell you. Remember when we were going over those stats last podcast about this Iowa-Michigan game in the Big Ten Championship?
Oh,
the unders hitting in both the half-point first half and the half-point second half, with Iowa not projected to score a touchdown. They didn't score a point.
It's just... These stats are just, like, weird. J.J. McCarthy threw for 147. Blake Corum rushed for 52. Like, that's it, bro. Our defense showed out, bro.
Yeah, no,
the defense
showed out in this game.
The defense allowed 155 yards.
Yeah.
The Hawkeyes punted 7 times.
Yeah.
He's the MVP of the season for sure.
Mike Sanderstill was the MVP of the Big Ten Championship game. I don't know if you watched this trophy presentation, but that trophy presentation was hilarious. They kind of just grabbed the trophy off the thing. The Michigan fans were booing Don Bettini. It was just great to see. Harbaugh didn't even go up to this stand. It was amazing. Like,
it was sick.
There's so much hate around the Big Ten commissioner right now from Michigan fans. Understandably why. But, still had that undefeated season so far. Michigan is playing Alabama in the college football playoff. We're number 1. Bama's number 4. It is the Rose Bowl. It will be on New Year's Day. The funny thing about this is I am taking a trip.
You're going to be in Alabama, bro.
I'm going to be in Alabama during the college football playoff game when Michigan plays Alabama. And let me tell you, I will be wearing Michigan clothing every single week.
No, he won't. He's a fake fan.
How am I a fake fan?
You'd probably pick Alabama to win.
I did take Alabama to beat Georgia, but I ain't taking Alabama to beat Michigan. We'll get into that more when that game gets closer. We're not going to worry about talking about the game until everything lines up. I know right now Michigan are 1.5-point favorites in the game, and then moving on to the other semifinal game real quick, Texas and Washington play each other. Florida State got snubbed, which was wild to me. Yes, I understand they don't have Jordan Travis. We won't get into that because I could get into that for hours because, oh my God.
True.
But that's all I really got on Michigan football right now. There's not much to talk about. Like, we dominated that Iowa game like we expected to. And
I should have gotten more of a... Yeah, Michigan won 26-0 in a blowout against Iowa. Yeah, I got into the stats a little bit, but really, there really wasn't a whole lot.
It's
2 touchdowns from Blake Corum on the offensive side, and that's kind of the story of the game, man.
Yeah, no, it's kind of what we expected. I didn't expect like a super high scoring game for Michigan just because Iowa's defense has been so good this year. I expected to be a little bit better offensively, but honestly, we didn't have to worry at all. Was I stressing the first half when it was like 10-0? Maybe.
That's how Iowa games go, though.
That's how they go. Like, that's how they go every season. But yeah, that's all we really got for the Michigan football game. I don't know if you got anything else.
That's going to be it for me.
Yeah, no, moving on. We have the Lions recap versus the Saints. And then we got to look ahead versus the Bears. Some quick stuff here. Lions won 33-28 over the Saints. The first 7 minutes of the game looked amazing. We got out to a 21-0 lead. Brian Branch had an interception. Our offense was cooking. Defense was doing really well. The last 53 minutes of the game had me pacing worse than the Michigan versus Ohio State game, let me tell you. Because, my God, was there a turnaround in this game.
Wild game.
Yeah. Jared Goff, he was 16 for 25 for 213 yards and 2 tuds. He did look better than the previous 2 weeks, but still needs to get back into the beginning of the season form, mid-season form. He did come out and say that we know what we're capable of. This team needs to turn it around. We know what time of the season it is. He did come out and say. Also going into some more stats, 142 rushing yards total, including a 19-yard rushing touchdown by Jamison Williams. And let me tell you.
Oh, sick.
Watching this
He's
guy
a
get into the
speedster.
open field. Oh, my God. I watched this dude turn on the burners. I'm like,
I had to turn my head, bro. The camera wouldn't even catch up.
That's like the first time I think we've really seen Jamison Williams in the open field. Besides that, he's really just catching either an out of bounds like deep crosser, or he's catching a touchdown, like deep touchdown pass. We haven't seen him in the open field. Finally got to see him in the open field, and let me tell you, he's going to be a threat in the open field.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be like a Jahmyr Gibbs kind of weapon. Like, they're both insane. But yeah, defense gave up a total of 362 yards. Honestly, watching those first 3 drives with the Saints, I thought it was going to be less than that, but kind of struggled on the defensive side of the ball. They learned how to get away with it, and let me tell you, my guess was right. Taysom Hill said that before the game. I said some people to look out for. I said Taysom Hill, Evan Kamara, and Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams did nothing, but I said Jamal Williams just because of the comeback game. I just threw it out there. A revenge game. But Taysom Hill, he led the team in rushing yards for the Saints. Had a touchdown on the ground. He looked scary. I watched this dude, and I'm like, oh, God, I watched him come into the game, and I'm like, this is just not it. Alvin Kamara, 109 total yards and 2 touchdowns. All I'm saying is my guesses were right. I said Jamison Williams was going to score a touchdown. Maybe I said deep receiving touchdown. We're twisting my words a little bit. I said touchdown.
Hey, you know what no one said, though?
What?
A Jimmy Graham touchdown.
Do you know what else I said? I said, look for a big week out of Sam Laporta versus these Saints linebackers.
Very
what
true.
What did he do? Set a franchise record. 9 receptions, 140. Like, we already went over those stats. 1 tud. Almost said 2. 1 tud. But my guesses were pretty good.
Do you remember what I said?
What'd you say?
Jack Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Second on the team in tackles this week.
Yep. Had a very good week himself, too. So,
you know who led the team in tackles?
Mm-mm.
Derek Barnes. Linebackers getting work today or this week.
You know who I saw make some good plays was Jalen Reeves-Maben?
Yeah, Jalen Reeves-Maben. He had 2 assisted tackles.
I saw him. I think he had a pass deflection too. I don't know for sure though, but I saw him.
He might have. I don't have those stats.
Yeah, but I saw him make a couple good plays. But yeah, Bruce Irvin. Whew, thank God, because we need another pass rusher. He seems like he didn't lose a step. That's all I'm saying. He came in, got a sack, absolutely drilled Derek Carr, took Derek Carr out of the game, got a penalty for it. But, it's fine. It was clean, let me tell you. But moving on, we got the Lions versus Bears coming up. I don't have much stats on this game because we've already covered this game when they played earlier in the season. So I didn't get too in-depth this week like we normally do. Last game, the final score was 31-26. We won on a last-minute touchdown. We really shouldn't have won this game. The Bears were dominant in this game. The Lions looked awful. Jared Goff threw 3 interceptions. I really do expect the Lions to play much better this week than they did last time they played the Bears.
Yeah.
And Lions, they still have a top 5 offense in the league, in my opinion. They have the best running back duo in Gibbs plus Monty. They have the highest rated receiver in man coverage, according to PFF this season, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jared Goff still sits at top 5 in passing yards. I think he's number 4, you said?
I think he's number 4, yeah. Last time I looked.
Okay. But, like, the one thing we keep on saying is the defense needs to improve. And I really still don't think it's all Aaron Glenn's fault. Like, everybody is trying to make it out to be. We just don't have the talent. The secondary just doesn't look good. But they did have a better week than previous ones. I will say that. Like, we got those 3 stops right at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't look as bad. They weren't, like, I didn't see Cam Sutton and Jerry Jacobs get burnt as much as I normally do.
Yeah.
Another thing I have in here is we do need to do better against running quarterbacks like Taysom Hill.
We really do.
Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson. They've just ran all over us this year. And hopefully our run defense goes back to the first couple of weeks, but it will be hard with some of the injuries we have. Aleem McNeil did get put on the IR, but Isaiah Buggs is back, and we just signed Tyson
Alalu.
Thank you. Was gonna butcher that so bad. I was gonna say like Alulu. But Alex Anzalone is expected to be back this week. I don't know if they'll push it though. We'll see what happens with that. I didn't read too much on the injury report. I did see it earlier in the week though that he is expected to be back. I don't know for sure though. Some other positives is James Houston is expected to be back later this month, most likely like late December. So getting ready for the playoff push. But I know they're taking him slow. CD Deuce has been hinting at a return soon on his Instagram. I don't know if it's actually hinting at a return or if he's hinting at something else, but he keeps on posting on his Instagram these certain dates. And I'm thinking it's a return date. I'm really hoping it's a return date because we could use him in the secondary for our playoff push and this late season push right now.
Absolutely.
Bruce Irvin, like I said earlier, doesn't look like he's lost a step. He's still a very good pass rusher. He got to the quarterback multiple times against the Saints. I expect him to get in there for a sack this week. And Hutch, he is still also playing very well. Like, yes, he's not putting up the sack numbers. But if you look at the numbers and like the pass rush win percentage and the pressure rate, it's better than last year. Yes, he's not getting up the sack. But if you watch Lions games, I swear to God, this man gets held on every single play, and he's getting double teamed more. Like,
yeah, I know we say it every week, but it's just true.
Yeah, like, but when James Houston comes back too, I expect him to perform better too because you'll have another good pass rusher, even with Bruce Irvin in the game every once in a while. I really do think Hutch will have a sack this game too. Here written, I have Bruce Irvin and Hutch will both have sacks. That's one of my predictions for this game. I expect a big week from Jahmyr Gibbs this week. And, you know, I also expect a big game from Josh Reynolds this week.
Okay.
I had Sam Laporta last week. I'm taking Josh Reynolds this week. I think he might not have, like high receptions, but I'm expecting, I'm going to say 70-plus yards. I'm going to say around 4 receptions for 70 yards. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. That's a good week.
My guess. It's a good week for Josh Reynolds.
I'm gonna take a breakout JMO game just because. Do you know who the number 1 run defense team is in the league right now?
Who?
The 49ers are tied with the Bears as the best run defensive teams in the league. They allow 79 rushing yards per game. The Bears have only allowed 6 rushing touchdowns this season. So, I'm expecting an air raid offense from Jared Goff. I think this is a week for him to show out again and be like,
I really do.
No, I'm that guy.
I threw 3 interceptions against you the last time we played, but I'm that guy this week. We're taking you guys down. I really do think the Lions will turn it around into the positive. I think their defense will improve this week. I think their offense is going to improve more this week, which is hard to improve their offense. But just like from the later weeks, like the last 3 weeks, I think their offense will improve. Yep, I have written here that I think we'll force a turnover. I think we'll force at least one, and I'm going to say 2. I have 1 written here, and I'm going to say we're forcing 2 turnovers this week on defense. I'm taking a Kirby Joseph interception. He's due. Kirby Joseph is due. And then I'm going to take a Aiden. No, I'm taking a Tracy Walker forced fumble. I think he's going to lay a big hit on somebody, and he's going to force a fumble.
Okay.
That's who I got.
I'm taking a Brian Branch slot corner strip sack.
Okay.
Because Justin Fields fumbles more than anyone else I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
He has more fumbles than touchdowns in his NFL career.
Yep.
And I'll go Kirby. I think Kirby's due as well. I like that. I actually really like that pick. I think Kirby's due.
I think Kirby's due. I think they're going to try to hit DJ Moore on a deep ball, and I think Kirby's going to jump it so hard and interception.
So the most recent injury report says Frank Ragnow is going to be the only person looking to be out this week. Malcolm Rodriguez was limited in practice, but he looks like he will probably play this week. And Anzalone and Hendon Hooker have been full practice since Wednesday. So, and then on the Bears side, it looks like Mercedes Lewis and unfortunately Equinemius St. Brown are going to be out this week. Everyone else full practice. So we'll see about that. Both teams fairly healthy in the small scheme of things. Obviously, we don't have our 2 best secondary players still from the beginning of the season, but should be a test of both teams' squads.
Yes, it should. The only thing I have for the Chicago Bears is please watch out for Justin Fields running the ball. Like, just watch out for
Brian Branch. Strip
because
sack.
I swear to God, if I watch another quarterback run for 100+ yards on us this season, or even like 70+ yards on us this season, I'm just going to have a meltdown if I watch like another 20+ yard, like just 25-yard rush. Like, just I'm so over
Please,
it.
bro,
Like,
I'm begging you.
It was last year too. But that's all I really got for the Lions this week. I didn't go into depth just because we've already played the Bears, and I just expect I said this last time we played the Bears, but I expect a blowout. I hope for a blowout. Just please, Lions.
Please.
Don't give me another stressful game. We're due. You've given me way too many stressful games lately. We're due for another blowout.
That's so true. It's been real stressful.
Like
Lions
Chargers, Bears, like the Ravens wasn't stressful because it was over in the first quarter.
Chargers,
Packers,
Bears,
where we lost. Saints.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's been so stressful.
We got the Cowboys coming up too, which is going to be rough. So,
and we got Vikings twice.
We got to figure it out.
We got Broncos who.
Let's ride.
Yep. But that's all we got for the Lions this week. Will you take us into some Detroit Tigers news?
Would love to, dude. It's been a little bit, bro. It's been a little while. I love talking Tigers. Probably my favorite Detroit sports team. So I'm always happy to talk about the Tigers.
Oh, 100%.
Let's talk about the draft lottery. So MLB draft lottery, unfortunately, occurred. And the Tigers, who have gotten lucky recently with the Spencer Torkelson first overall pick and the Casey Mize. I'm not talking about the draft picks. I'm talking about the actual picks themselves, not the players who drafted. But the picks themselves, we've gotten first overall picks a few years now. The Tigers, and they weren't the worst team in the league this year, which was good. That leads us to not having a great pick, and we have pick 11. But that is right around where we should be. We finished tied for 11th this year. So 11th pick, fine. The bad thing is 3 AL Central teams in the top 6 picks. The Royals are picking 6th. The White Sox are picking 5th. And by a miracle, the Guardians, with a less than 2% chance, got the number 1 overall pick in this next draft.
I don't know. Maybe it's good we have the 11th pick so we don't pick another high school kid out of Indiana.
Oh, we still will. Trust.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you dare say his name. Let's talk about some old Tigers news. Eduardo Rodriguez, who screwed the Tigers out of some prospects this year. He just signed a 4-year, $80 million deal with the D-backs. I don't know. I have bad feelings about this pitcher, this guy now, and I feel like he just totally just fleeced the Tigers. Like,
100%.
he didn't pitch for a whole year, came back, shoved. We tried to trade him. He said no, don't want to be traded, and then just leaves in the offseason anyways. Like, that is so awful, man. So awful. Yeah. Another guy who left on better terms is Yammer Candelario. And I'm still a Candy fan, a little Candyman fan. I like to see him doing well. He had a good second half of the year with the Cubs last year, and he just signed a deal with the Cincinnati Reds, next hot team, who also have the number 2 overall pick next year, which is crazy. That team's going to be good for a long time, and Candy's going to be a part of it too. So good luck, Candy, this year. I don't know when the Tigers will play the Reds this year, but it will be sometime because of the new rule. But yeah. Also, some news. I have heard the Tigers are still in consideration for a large market pitcher in free agency. Who it could be, I don't know. Is it Yamamoto? Let's be real. Probably not. Is it a guy like Lucas Giolito?
Let's be real. Probably not.
It's probably going to be a guy
like a Blake Snell
or Lucas Giolito. Probably not Blake Snell.
Why not?
I think Giolito makes a lot of sense for us. Yeah. He'd probably be a number 2, number 3 guy for us. A little bit of a veteran. He pitched all right last year. It's just, I don't know. I don't think the Tigers are looking to make a run necessarily this year. Maybe they are, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All I'm saying is Ohtani said that if his name gets brought up in the media by any team, it's a no. Guess who brought them up? The Dodgers. And so the Dodgers should be an automatic no now.
Same with the Giants.
And the Giants. So really, what I've heard, it's going to be the Blue Jays as the next option. I've heard it's going to be either the Blue Jays or the Dodgers right now, and everybody's leaning towards the Dodgers, but then the Dodgers coach came out and said they had meetings with Ohtani, and Ohtani said if that happens, it's an automatic no, so a lot of people are leaning the Blue Jays now. But who knows? Detroit.
They haven't said anything yet.
Seeing you. We haven't said anything. We'll be seeing you.
That's funny.
But
that's funny.
God, I hope. I wish.
Some good people news to end with here. Jim Leland has been elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I was watching his Q&A sesh there a few days ago, and it's just cool seeing him talk about the Tigers and really speak good things about us and what we're doing. And all the coolest thing to me is he didn't spend the most of his career in Detroit as a manager. He spent a lot of it in Colorado. But all the pictures I see of him, he's in Tigers gear. And I'm like, dude, that just makes my heart happy. It's like, dude, he loved being a Tiger, and we loved having him. Fortunately, age got the best of him, and he had to kind of step away. But he managed, and this is really sad to me, honestly, he managed 3,499 games. He's one game away from 3,500. Only if he didn't get swept in. All right, never mind.
Why'd you bring it up?
We hate Bruce Bochy and the San Francisco Giants.
We should have won it. Our bats were cold. Our bats were cold because they went to a Game 7 and we swept them the series before. Our bats were cold.
Yeah.
Their bats were hot.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Leland ended with a .506 win percentage, and he also managed 80 seasons with the Tigers. Yeah, shout out him. 1 World Series with the Marlins, 2 AL pennants with the Tigers, 3-time Manager of the Year. You can just if you like aren't thinking that's cool, How many 3-time MVPs can you name in the MLB? Not that many.
Shohei
Not that
Ohtani
many.
going to be.
Well,
Shohei Ohtani is going to be a
All right.
10-time MVP.
They're going to have to build a Ohtani in his own like room.
Oh, 100%.
In Cooperstown.
Oh, 100%.
But also, though this was kind of interesting, Leland has 12 top 7 votes for manager of the year in his career. So he's always been up there in the votes, and we love seeing him. And shout out Jim Leland for the Hall of Fame ballot, baby. Is that going to be it for you? For me?
Yeah, that's all we got. I think we're at the point. We're hitting outro, but that's all we got. Some games coming up this weekend we got the Lions playing the Bears on Sunday. We got the Pistons playing today. I don't know when the Red Wings play, but I'm sure we play at some point this weekend.
Saturday, I believe.
I believe it's Saturday. We got no games, obviously, for Michigan football. But yeah, that's all I really got this weekend. Sorry, it was kind of more of a chill episode. It's late night. We're both kind of tired. Long weeks.
We are
You
gassed.
know how it is. But
next week we bounce back, though, for
yes,
sure.
For sure, we're bouncing back next week. We'll bring the energy next week. But that's all I got. You got anything else?
That's going to be it for me. The Red Wings do play on Saturday in Ottawa against the Senators, so we look to keep our streak alive. Keep hot, baby. Same with the Pistons. Let's keep cold, bro. Let's set that record. Why don't we?
Dude,
that's going to be it for us.
As well.
That's going to be it for us. We out of here. Peace. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to never miss another video of ours. Check out our Instagram at motown.madness for daily posts and content all about Detroit sports. And check out our TikTok, motown.madness, for clips and highlights of each episode.